am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. It's the internet's best kept secret. Right, before we start the episode properly, I just need to let you all know that next week I shan't be here. I'm going on a snowboarding holiday because I need a change of scenery. In my place, Whiplash will be answering your questions, so please do address all your queries to him. I've given him access to my YouTube account, so he will respond to you on my behalf. Please do ensure that any questions you leave him are completely weird and absurd. I don't want him to have an easy time of it. Right, and with that out of the way, let's get on with the episode. ButteredCrumpet has 2 questions to kick us off. Number 1, which blue fruit would you like to be named after you? Well, I think only blueberries meet your criteria, so I suppose I shall have to choose those. I guess some plums have blue skin, but I shall avoid the obvious gag about blue plums because I have more class than that.
Skeletor!
What, Whiplash?
Skeletor, you have blue plums.
Whiplash, that is completely inappropriate. Also, why have you been looking at my bollocks?
I've just seen him.
Never mind. Get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. And ButteredCrumpet's second question is, which is the best way to swallow a squirrel? Head first or tail first? Well, this should always be done head first for several reasons. The nap of their fur favours a head first technique, and squirrels cannot run backwards, so they cannot retreat from your throatal embrace. If you try to swallow them tail first, they will shit in your mouth. ButteredCrumpet also says that they are not mistaken for liking cottage cheese and Marmite. Well, I'm afraid that yes you are. When you realise that these substances are disgusting, you are going to feel very silly. Thanks for the questions, Crumpet. FlyntPlatz asks, are there any restaurants that are exclusive to Eternia? Which ones are worth visiting on my planned vacation? Well, I do love eating out, but instead of talking about that, I shall answer your question. Yes, there are a few establishments I can suggest. The first is a lovely little eatery called Give Me Wings. It is located rather ironically on the plains of Avion, between the Mystic Mountains and the Ice Mountains. This restaurant serves only wings from creatures great and small. There are no vegetarian options here. I can recommend starting your meal with their excellent fried butterfly wings. They are delicious. For your main course, I would try the roasted yellow albatross wings. They are mildly spicy, and the feathers are edible. For dessert, I would recommend ordering a black dragon wing. Please note that this is a sharing dessert, as it is about 27 feet long. My next recommendation would be to try one of Eternia's most popular seafood franchises, Vicious Fishes. They have several locations around the coastline, and as the name would suggest, they specialize in serving dangerous fishes, such as shark, barracuda, piranha, and pufferfish. Their menu is sustainably sourced. If you are a vegetarian, I suggest you visit one of our 7-Elevens and purchase a bag of chips. Or take a holiday somewhere else. Oh, we also have a McDonald's. Thanks for the question, Flint. StephenGray has 3 questions for me this week. Number 1. How come no one ever noticed that the hulking Prince Adam was He-Man? What? What are you talking about? Prince Adam is He-Man? Why am I only hearing about this now after 40 years? I will have to formulate a plan to investigate this, but I'm sure you must be mistaken. I will email Prince Adam and ask for a meeting with him and He-Man. I will have to text He-Man because he's rubbish at responding to emails. And question 2. What are your thoughts on modern architecture? An example being the new library atrocity in Birmingham city centre. Well, I'm on the fence about new buildings. Some of them are very interesting, but others are like a real dog's dinner. The library you mention looks like a cake with a migraine. And question 3. You were always plotting to take over Eternia, but what were you planning to do with it if you had succeeded? Well, I was obviously going to, build a big, start a kind of, establish a, make it into a, form some sort of, create a massive, change the, take over the, shut up! Thanks for the question, Stephen. AndrewAndrew asks, if you could add one extra point of articulation, what would it be? Well, I would choose elbows, as I have had itchy bollocks for nearly 5 years now, and I would really like to do something about it, besides scraping them on a wall. Thanks for the question, Andrew. GerardO'connor has a couple of questions. Number 1. Do you like to beat your minions by hand, or utilise nearby utensils? A great question. I generally prefer to do it by hand, as this is a much more tactile experience, and I find that it relaxes me more. I do have a Tusken Raider gaffy stick, which I sometimes use to beat Beastman, but this is only on special occasions, such as Christmas, Halloween, or his birthday. And question 2. A-Team van, DeLorean, or Kit from Knight Rider? Well, my initial choice would be Kit, but this would be for pleasure use. If I was going on an evil mission, I would be better choosing the A-Team van, as it would carry more minions. However, if I was hoping to travel back in time and narrowly avoid having sex with my mother, I would of course need to choose the DeLorean. I realised that that was a rather non-committal answer, so I will choose one. Okay, I've made my decision. I choose the General Lee. Thanks for the questions, Gerard. Dean at All Things 80s asks, if you were to go on a carjacking mission in the Mask universe, which vehicle would you nick and why? Well, I would pinch the Wildcat and use it as leverage to get my Glenn Miller CD back from Buddy Hawks. Thank you for prompting this idea, Dean. I'll leave a link to your channel in the description.
Oh, Skeletor.
Oh, what now, Whiplash?
Skeletor, I thought maybe now would be a good time to thank viewers for watching the video and to ask them to watch until the very end.
Oh, what do you mean, Whiplash?
Well, sometimes people don't watch the video to the very end. They click away halfway through.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous, Whiplash. Why would anybody want to do that?
Well, it's just what the YouTube analytics are suggesting, Skeletor.
Analytics? I don't care about analytics. Nobody would be stupid enough to click off my video until the end. You're talking rubbish. Now get out of my sight before...
I know, Skeletor.
What?
I know, before you beat me.
Don't answer back to me, Whiplash. Get out of my sight before I beat you.
Okay, Skeletor.
Sorry about that, everybody. DezT writes, were you not invited to join Monkey Boy on his trip to the Norwich Toy Fair? Well, Monkey Boy did ask if I wanted to accompany him, but I declined, as, with the exception of the occasional item, I am not really interested in toys. To be honest, Monkey Boy's excitement and enthusiasm for toys is a mystery to me. Des also asks if I got up to any shenanigans while Monkey Boy was away. Yes, I put a pineapple chunk in his milk, I left a sliced loaf uncovered in the sun, and I turned his freezer off. Thanks for the questions, Des. Kat has a few questions to see us out. Number 1. Are we going to see more of Darth Vader? Well, I sincerely hope not. If he shows up again, I'm going to be very cross. Number 2. Do you always wear only a purple hood? And is purple your favourite colour? Yes, and yes. And question 3. Are we going to see you using your Havoc staff in your videos? Well, unfortunately, magic adversely affects the recording equipment, so I'm afraid I won't be demonstrating any of my Havoc magic on the camera. But thanks for the questions, Kat. And thanks for the questions, everybody. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with your minions. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and remember to leave any comments and questions for Whiplash for next week in the comments below. Remember, the more confusing and absurd, the better. Right, I'll see you when I return from my vacation, but for now, I'm going to eat honey on toast and watch the Babadook. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye!